Hello friends, Lee here from TableTop Bong. Thanks for joining me. In this video, thought we could hang out, have a fun session, and we could talk about the Core XL Deluxe e-rig from Crossing Tech. So what they have done for the Core, I mean, I gotta give Crossing Tech props before we go too far. They've really managed, much like us here at the channel, to really stick with their roots, right? We know what that means for us, but what does that mean for an e-rig? Let's talk about it. So number one, as this product has developed over the years, they've done a few things, they've changed things, they've tweaked things, but the main thing that I've noticed about this particular e-rig, and this is something I think really deserves to be talked about. I know anybody who is truly an enthusiast when it comes to concentrates and really looking for the most flavorful and most delicate concentrate vaping experience understands that smooth energy delivery is going to be very important in that. I got to give props here to Crossing Tech. This particular, the Core XL has very smooth energy delivery, very much like an analog delivery system, making for some really, really unbelievable flavor in an e-rig. So that's what I mean when I say they've really stuck to their roots. They've been very careful about the energy delivery and really looking at, what's the most important thing to the experience. Now, I know there's a lot of rigs out there now that are integrating apps and doing all kinds of other things, and that's cool. That's a completely different style. But if you're looking for just straight up flavor, I want to get back to my roots. I want to vape some really flavorful concentrates without a whole lot of anything else going on. It's just going to be me, my e-rig, my concentrates, and a good time. And I don't want to cough my brains out. I want to blow some big clouds. I want to, just really enjoy absolute phenomenal flavor. This is a great rig. As soon as I added this this joystick 3D XL chamber to my Core XL, I was blown away, dudes. I was blown away. The only thing that I felt was any kind of a challenge with the Core XL was reclaim. That problem is absolutely solved now with this joystick chamber. I'll just pull it off and I'll show you real quick. And, this isn't just a typical joystick chamber like we're used to seeing with other devices. This one, see this gold pin right down here on the very bottom? Okay, that's your contact down here at the bottom. You can pull this pin out and unscrew the top. I'm going to just show you what happens here. Once you unscrew the top, you're left with this, so you can pull the bucket right out and replace the bucket and then just put this top back on and you're good to go. So if something does happen to your 3D XL chamber, which, I mean, let's face it, this is what we're used to seeing in e-rigs, just like this, right? This is the technology that we're all used to now, except this is rebuildable. Another thing that Crossing Tech did to stay with their roots, right? So the 3D XL Deluxe chamber, I gotta tell you what, it definitely took this e-rig to the next level for me. This is the one I'm reaching for the absolute most now. I'm not necessarily looking for app integration all the time. Sometimes I just want a super basic e-rig that's going to throw me as much flavor as I could possibly ask for out of a concentrate. When I want that, this is what I'm reaching for, right? Sometimes you want to just keep it simple. This one keeps it simple, and wow, what an experience. So we have 6 presets. Now, as far as the temperatures go on the presets, I don't really consider the actual degree value, because I know from one e-rig to the next they don't match, and that's a bit frustrating. So I think about presets. If there's 4 presets, I kind of go 1 through 4. This particular device has 6, so I think about it 1 through 6, right? Lowest, next lowest, getting closer to the medium, you know what I mean? That's the way I think about it. I know basically I'm running, I think about 450 degrees Fahrenheit is the setting I'm using. Nope. Maybe it's closer to 400. See, I don't pay that close of attention, because here's the thing. I know when I pick up a different e-rig, I'm running it at 100 degrees hotter than this. I know if I pick up another one again and I run it at the same temperature, I'm going to scorch it. So there's no consistency from device to device to device. So I just look at them as presets 1 through 6. So basically, I'm using preset 3, which is around 400 degrees. It's the blue setting. when I'm just, using it like this. Now, you know I came up with a hack to hook it up to a bong, right? Of course I did. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. So if I want to throw even bigger clouds, and we're going to do this, we'll rip a couple of dabs here before we're finished. If I want to go with real big effects, big clouds, I turn it up one to the green level, which I think is bringing it up to 450-ish in that temperature. But you'll see, we're chucking some big clouds. So I got a hack for that. I'm going to show you guys. Not everybody's going to be able to do this, but if you got the parts kicking around, you're going to be like, oh damn, that's a good hack. So we're going to get into it. But let's have a dab first, shall we? So all I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of this live rosin. It's a CBG/THC live rosin. I'm just going to throw not a huge dab in here, but something that's, going to be half decent anyway. We'll get a little dab going on in here. And yeah, we'll just do a little one. I'll just show you here. Okay, just a tiny little dab here using a Crossing Tech hot knife. Just drop that dab right in. Now, typically what I'm doing with a small dab in here is I'm getting about 3 to 4 really nice draws off of it before it's done. Just get my temperature set right. And we'll go ahead and fire that up. This thing heats up really fast. I mean, it's, I think maybe 10 or 15 seconds or so. There's not a whole lot of wait time. Certainly no more with this than any other e-rig that I have in my collection. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to burn through this and I'll show you exactly the kind of cloud. Cheers. Just unbelievable flavor, right? When you're something like live rosin like this, you want a lower temperature, you want to really get everything out of it. Just absolutely stunning experience with this. This is the one upgrade that I really wanted to see on this device. The grenade bubbler that comes with this, it's my favorite bubbler for the Core e-rigs. And I'm so glad they made that particular one the standard. If I was given the option, which one do I want to be the standard? Without any question, that's the one I would have picked. This Core e-rig, it is so smooth. I can't even believe how smooth this thing is when you really want to rip on it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my little hack. This is actually how I use this Core e-rig most nights. I like to hit this kind of at the end of the day when I'm looking for a pretty heavy concentrate sesh. Sometimes, I want to get into that real floaty space right at the end of the day, right? I'm going to take half an hour, maybe an hour, and just really enjoy a good indica buzz. I hit a lot of sativa during the day, but I love me a good indica. So when it comes to indica, obviously that's most of the time end of day for me since I try to keep a pretty busy schedule. So I like to sit down and really rip on it when I get there. So here's what I'm going to show you guys. First thing I did is I removed the grenade bubbler, okay? And I brought in the old Core bubbler, okay? This was the original Core bubbler. So I'm just going to go ahead and install this dry. And then I took a 14 to 18 millimeter reducer, and I slipped a vape band. Okay, this is just to go around the tank of an e-cigarette, right? This goes around the tank to protect the tank. So I just slip it right on like this. Okay, see that? And then watch what happens. It creates a perfect 14 millimeter joint. So if I want to then connect that 14 millimeter joint to a bong, I just use a little length of whip hose with dual 14 millimeter connection. Just boom, boom, right? And this is the way I'm setting it up when I want the really big clouds. So then I'm turning it up to preset 4, which is the green temperature. And I'm dropping in a fairly good sized dab, not crazy, but you know, say like this, right? Nothing insane. We're just dropping that in. We're running, again, like I said, on the green temperature. So there's 2 more temperatures that are higher. So we're certainly not on the highest temperature. But this is enough. This is about 450, I guess. This is enough temperature to really, really get some good cloud action going. So let's get in and enjoy it. Cheers. Oh, I jumped the gun there. Just so smooth and flavorful. You can just keep ripping on this. You can go basically all the way through the entire dab until you're out of concentrate. Because it is such a smooth vaping experience. And there we go, we're basically right through that whole dab there. Core E-Rig XL Deluxe. Way to go, Crossing Tech. You just brought this thing well into the future now. You know, like this one was trying to keep up, I think, at different times because it's more of a budget-oriented device. But with the XL, you know, you're paying a little bit more. The XL Deluxe, you're paying a little bit more, but what you get for it, oh man, I'm thinking this is probably one of the single best values out there today for E-rigs, for smoothness, you know, all the way around the block. I think it's really, really hard to beat the Core XL Deluxe. All right, my friends, that was it. I just wanted to jump on, talk about this, show you guys how I'm using it, let you know why I'm loving it. Until next time, take care.